right, here we go. We are on the putting green. A rare sight for me. But Madison said in a couple podcasts that he wants to learn how to do aim point. We're going to try our best to explain what we think is aim point. Just want to go ahead and say this. We are not aim point certified. We have not taken any of the classes. This is just information that we have gathered through our careers.
Right. All freely accessible.
Yes.
Out there in the public domain.
Putting that out there. So this gets taken down. You'll never see it anyways. But, so Madison, like I said, wanted to learn how to do aim point. First step, get a level. You don't need a level, but I think it makes it a lot easier. Kind of eliminates some variables. You get an actual measurement of the slope that you're putting on.
Yeah, I think it just, from what I read, and that's the reason I purchased it, from what I read was it basically confirms what you're feeling, and that's really what you're looking for, because if you stand over a putt or stand over a line and you're feeling 2 to 3 degrees of break and it's really only 1, you're not going to learn too much, and it's going to be pretty bad. But the level confirms what you're feeling, so that's why I went and got it.
Madison, what kind of level? I mean, are you using just a bubble level that you would use to make sure that the picture that you're hanging is straight, or something a little more high tech?
So this is a Spirit level. You can get them off Amazon. I think it was like $24. So it does have a digital readout, which is giving you the degrees of slope, but it does have a bubble level on it as well. But so make sure you're getting one of those. It's going to make it a little bit easier for you.
So why don't you go ahead and explain what aim point is in your own words?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think it's basically just confirming the line. Or what you're feeling. I don't know anything other than that. That's what I'm looking at it for.
We're using measurements of degrees of slope from a Spirit level that has the digital number on there to determine our aim point, basically, our start line.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a way to try to turn aiming a putt into almost a formula or an algorithm rather than so much feel and just,
guessing.
General guessing and attitude. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So, to start, I'll kind of step off to the side here, and Madison's going to kind of go through what aim point looks like, just kind of face on, before we hop into the putt over there.
Well, I mean, you might want to just confirm with it, but from what I've seen and what I've read, it's really about maybe finding the measurement in 3 different spots. Is that correct? Like, you're going to start where the ball is, and then feel it halfway, and then maybe at the cup as well, or are you really looking for one or the other?
I don't think you can go wrong with the 3.
Okay.
Because that kind of confirms what the putt's going to do the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, as the ball loses speed, it's going to break a little bit more. So, usually you'll see Adam Scott, Justin Rose, Max Homa, they'll definitely check where the ball is, and also, at the highest point. So maybe not always in the middle, but the highest point, and always around the hole.
Yeah, maybe the middle is more for like something that you feel could be a double breaker, just to see the severity of it. Tell me if I'm doing this right, Sterling. So really just closing my eyes and trying to feel where the weight dispersion is in my feet.
Exactly. So here you should feel a little bit more pressure on one side or the other.
Yeah.
Do you feel anything?
It's not a lot, but I definitely feel more pressure on the right side. But it's not much.
Right. So what he's doing now, just so you all can see it from a face-on angle, is he's straddling his line, feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and again, just rocking back and forth, trying to get a feel for it. Now he's taking the level.
Yeah, so the level is reading out at 0.8 degrees of slope, so a little less than 1, which is probably why you're not feeling a lot there.
Okay, so he's, again, 0.8. If you had 1 degree of slope, you would go 1 finger. Typically, you would start with the index finger, and you're going to take the edge of your index finger and line it up with the center of the hole. If it was a 3% slope, same thing. Edge of the index finger, hold up 3 fingers, center of the hole, and the outside is going to measure your aim point.
All right, so if I'm looking at this, it's a little less than 1. So we kind of have it marked. I think it's still probably true on this one. Just a little more than left edge, or right at left edge. So really just using this line here to make sure that that's what you're seeing as well.
So for this putt here, that you can see kind of down the line, there we have the putting rope. Shout out to Short Game Gains. Got the putting rope, trying to make it dummy proof, idiot proof. That is going to tell us, one, if he's starting on line, and also kind of confirms our aim point. So we've already got the rope set up to 0.8. Just outside left edge. That's not bad. So what do you think happened there?
So with where I was aimed, I didn't have the right speed on it.
Okay.
Typically, I like to try and dive into the hole a little bit. So I think you were telling me a little bit about this as well. Kind of the distance your hand is from your face as well can show the speed that you're doing.
Yeah. So if you're playing on faster greens, what we're on here is probably a little bit slower than average. But like the pros, they play on super fast greens, usually 11.5 to 12 on the stimp. And what you're going to see them do is they're going to hold whatever it is. Let's say it's 2 degrees. They're going to hold it pretty close to their face. Close that eye because they want to play more break. The closer your hand gets to your face, the farther outside of the hole that aim point goes. If you're playing on slow greens, you're going to go pretty far away from your face.
So you playing dying speed, you're playing them as though they were faster.
Right.
You like to have the ball getting to the hole with some pace on it to get, good 1.5 to 2 feet past. You're playing them as though they're a little bit slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this one, because we still have it kind of on that outside edge, it's really just a little more pace.
Yeah.
And that's too much pace there.
That's all right.
So somewhere in between those two is a
Somewhere
good
in
putt.
between those two.
Let's give it one more roll. It's all good. It's always tough when the cameras are on, right?
Also really kind of doing this for the first couple times, it's different. I'm not one that typically uses the line, so I'm really getting used to trusting that line on the ball as well.
And that right there fell in a perfect pace. So that's good, Madison. Thank you for showing us that. You hit the first one a little too soft.
Completely
Break takes
planned.
over. Hits the next one a little too firm. No break at all. There's different ways to do it, right? So that there was a 0.8.
Yep.
How about you show us where a 2 degree slope would be?
All right.
Mike, you want to take this one next?
Sure.
Still tame there. This one's about a 1.8 here.
1.8. All right.
Yep.
So Mike, I'll let you go ahead and step in,
Okay.
get a feel for it.
So definitely feel it going to the left. So
You tell me.
A little more right, teensy bit, more left, left, stop. Right there.
All right, so we set the aim point. Just gonna have this go directly over the center of the ball.
And Mike, so typically, are you playing more of a dying pace, or are you a little bit firmer, or somewhere in between?
I am usually a little bit firmer.
Okay.
So this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, so I don't know if the camera is picking this up, but we're also going downhill here. So obviously a downhill putt's gonna act like the greens are a little bit faster. So he's gonna have to, again, that 2% slope's gonna have to be a little bit closer to his face here. Just because he's going downhill. And it'd be the opposite for uphill. I think he thought he was at Augusta.
He's been playing some firmer greens.
Yeah.
He's been down.
Place I played this morning was a little bit faster.
He's been down in the Carolinas playing a little speed golf.
Okay. So that had, pretty average pace on it. You feel like you started that one on your line?
I feel like I did.
What's great about this is the level's never wrong. So it's just little adjustments you need to make in your setup to just kind of confirm what you're seeing with the level.
Maybe for this being as downhill as it is,
Trying to dive further out.
that I've got to take this maybe out to here.
So yeah, you've almost got 2.5 now.
Yeah.
But again, that's you have 2.5 for me,
Right.
where it's still 2 for you. Give it one more roll.
Let me give
or-
it one more. Yeah. Can't let this thing continue to beat me.
Now it's starting to freaking There you go. Oh, these are on the high side.
Somewhere in between, but at least I did give that one a chance.
Now that'll pull off there. Well, how about we let Madison hop in there
Oh,
and give this
Madison, who's a much better putter than I am.
Well,
give this putt a chance. So I don't know. Madison's had 4 different putters in the bag this year alone. So,
that is very true.
but he got fitted for this one, so no excuse.
Very nice.
And this is the issue that I have with Madison. He hasn't lined up the golf ball yet. Thank you. He's going through the routine. This is what I love to see. This is what he doesn't do when he's playing those tournaments. He starts to get in his own head, doesn't go through the whole routine. But I like that he's, taking this as an opportunity to treat it like an actual round.
Wow. It's a tough putt.
Really snaps off at the end. I wonder if there's
really
a little more
did.
break at the end than we're giving it credit for.
Well, how about we just take the level and
Yeah,
kind
let's-
of go
let's-
through
Yeah, let's see.
and just read them out loud. Yeah, turn it on. Red button.
It's actually only 1 degree.
No, it's only
in the
1
hole.
degree.
So it's got to be.
Well, let's go all the way almost down the line here.
I put it there.
Does it ever get above 2?
1.7.
Interesting. So it never gets above 2.
That's 2 right there.
So we do have 2 right there?
Yep. 2-2 right there.
Okay. So it actually snaps off harder than the start. So right here is ball.
So this is really, I think, where the pace comes into it.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, depending if you're hitting it, because it is downhill, and if you're hitting it a little bit softer, you can almost go to here, knowing how much it's going to have to snap at the end. Let the professional take it, see what he's got.
So I've got this, according to this line here, I've got it just inside. If I do miss, I'm trying to have this putt with my speed somewhere in here. was gonna finish way past the hole. It's a tough putt.
Yeah.
Tough putt.
I think I'm feeling it now. It's almost. And I moved mine inside from where Mike had his, but with dying speed. I'm gonna keep it the same start.
Madison, you may have found the unmakeable putt.
It's really moving. I mean, it really is. Mike, hop in there. Let me see if I just move it a little bit further.
I don't know if we need to see it again.
Well, like I said, we can cut all this.
We're just gonna fix this in post, right?
Yeah, we're
No.
gonna cut all this.
One long clip. I will say, the best thing if you're trying to learn aim point, get some tees out, put them maybe 7 or 8 feet around the hole, and take a level through each putt.
There it is.
Finally, take a level through each putt and just go ahead and get a number for each putt, and then just go through your routine, right? 2 fingers, whatever it is, and I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour, just on those 8 putts,
Yeah.
or just on those putts around the hole.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, looking at this, it's never going to be perfect the first couple of times you try it. I can definitely feel that now, but I'd say the level is probably most important. Like I said, it's pretty basic. I mean, it just tells you what the degrees of slope are. Like I said, not very expensive, but this is what is really confirming what you're feeling or what you're not. So make sure you have one of these. I think that'd probably be the easiest thing for aim point. And then some putting string, I think some chalk.
I've seen it.
Like an old chalk line?
Old chalk line,
Yep.
something along those lines. Anything that's going to give you a good start line that you'll be able to start the ball on, and then just spend some time on your putting green.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in to our bootleg aim
I wouldn't
point.
say bootleg, black market aim point.
Our
not sure.
open source aim
Yes.
point
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
Like I said, thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, and we'll see you in the next one.